My name is Becky Woods, and I've been healed of cancer. I'm a full-time background vocalist to my husband, Jonas Woods, and we tour full-time with our two crazy, adorable boys. It always feels too soon. Nobody expects to get cancer. Obviously, nobody expects bad things to happen to them, and I think I naively felt immune to anything happening to me. I always felt safe in God's care, and having prayed over my family and my health and everything like that, I just never expected cancer to hit me. I almost didn't go get it checked out, but I had a bump on my sternum as well, so I thought I pulled a muscle from carrying my two children around all the time. And I went and got it checked out. My doctor even said that she didn't think it was anything that was a big deal, but she thought she'd get the x-ray anyway. And as I'm driving home from the x-ray, she calls me and asks me if I'm sitting down, and that's how it all started for us. So she informed me that I had a 3x5-inch mass pushing between my lungs, which was causing the cough, and a liter of fluid surrounding my heart, which I was also having really high heart palpitations and out of breath. And so she told us to get to the ER right away. So I left my 1-year-old and my 4-year-old with the grandparents, and we rushed to the hospital not knowing what was wrong. I didn't know if I'd see them again. It was terrifying. And we got to the hospital. We stayed for a week while people were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And by the end of the week, we discovered that it was lymphoma of some kind, but that's all the information that we had. Jonas and I didn't know what lymphoma was. So when we were told that's what I had, we were pretty relieved, even though we were clueless to what that meant. It wasn't until 3 weeks later, after my biopsy, that the doctors informed me that I had stage 4 cancer. The hardest thing that I had to face was the question of, I've always trusted Jesus with everything, and I've trusted Him with my safety and with my health, but even when He was allowing me to go through things and experience things that were not pleasant, do I still trust Him? Do I still believe that He's good? Can I trust His heart and His will for me, even if the answer is totally opposite of what I want it to be? And I didn't know how things were going to turn out, but I found that I had to get to a place, the only way I could really make it is if I got to a place of total surrender and accepted that if it's my time to go. My biggest fear was my children. Not that my husband can't take care of my boys. I know he can. He proved that to me. But just thinking of your boys growing up without their mom, and that was the hardest thing for me to let go. And I found that I was just holding on to that fear and that concern, just begging God, please, don't take me. Let me be there for my boys. And I had to get to a point with Him where I said, okay, if you need to take me, if it's my time, I know you're a good God. I know you love my boys more than I ever could, and I trust you, and it's okay. And when I got to that point, it was like crying and tears, but there was peace. There was this surrender and peace just flooding. So that was such a huge step for me to have to take. I know it's hard sometimes when we're going through a crisis to see God's goodness, but that's where we really need to dive in to the Word of God and speak His promises, because that's where there's power. There's power in His Word. You can trust God's heart. He's good. He loves you more than anybody ever could. And if you let Him, He can make something beautiful out of your crisis. My name is Becky Woods, and I have been healed of cancer.
The cut is deep, but never deep enough It doesn't hurt.